Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say gentlemen. Uh, we are here at BCP. I'm joined by my man, Big Sammo.
Ooh, what's happening?
And of course, in the background, we got J2K.
Welcome, everybody.
Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to break down this film. But before we get into breaking down the film, we're going to talk a little bit about what transpired today with the release of Shane Waldron. What are your thoughts, Sammo?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it. Hopefully things change. It can't get much worse. I'll say that, right? It can't get much worse. What got me excited was looking into Thomas Brown a little bit, man, and hearing him speak and talk about offense and hearing other people talk about him. Maybe he can bring some energy to this team, to the offense, man, but we all know it's about the X's and O's, like how he's going to scheme things up, and he's already been a part of this. We don't know how much input he's had or what he was able to implement of his own as opposed to what Waldron wanted to do. But, hey, man, we can only get better. That's only how I feel about it. We can only get better from here. I just hate that it's coming in a week where we actually need our offense to put up some points, man. So.
Yeah, we do. What are your thoughts, J2K?
Well, I'm excited to see what Thomas Brown has. I was a big fan of the hire. I did some, research about him actually a while ago before I think he was even on the radar before we actually fired Luke Getsy. And his name had been coming up around the league as an excellent motivator. Now, his time in Carolina wasn't so hot as an offensive coordinator. So I'm very curious to see what he brings to the table and what type of changes we see under a Thomas Brown-led offense. And tonight, I really want to focus on the things that are just clearly done wrong. Play calling, what the players are doing. We'll get into that kind of specifically as each play goes down. One thing is just, Caleb's footwork isn't married to the routes. So, why is that happening? Is that discipline on Caleb's side? Is that Waldron's coaching? Is he letting Caleb freelance too much? So these are the type of things I think we should point out and kind of learn from. And then next week when we do this show, I'm going to really focus on those areas. So, okay, the footwork cleaned up. Are the routes married to the timing? What do we have with Thomas Brown? So I am excited to look towards the future and see what we got. I think what was really telling for me was there's a moment in the broadcast where Shane Waldron is sitting on the bench next to Caleb Williams, and he's giddy laughing. And Caleb just does this long eye roll and just, leans his head back and is just like, what is this guy doing here? And you just, you see the distance and all that stuff. So when we talk about players moving on from a coach, not taking a coach seriously, it was front and center.
Yeah. I think the thing I'm looking forward to out of Mr. Brown is simply him having a running back background to get our running backs more involved. You had Swift here and there, but seemed like we didn't run the ball enough because for our offensive linemen to really get involved and get motivated and get pumped up, they need to be moving forward as opposed to always sitting back in that pass set and getting bum rushed. So hopefully he can get the run game started, which then can open up other things for us. But without further ado, because I don't want to keep everybody up all night tonight, we're going to go ahead and get this ALL-22 started. And let's be careful or cautious as we review this film here.
I don't think we've had too many kick returns this year. We've been steadily kicking right into the end zone.
It is. Just bring it out to the 30.
Yeah,
that's the league too. It's just not the Bears. I'm seeing that around the league.
Yeah,
thought this was supposed to prevent that. So first play run.
Yeah, I was a gain of 6, but it wasn't horribly bad. I mean, uh, I have a problem with Edmonds per se because being the middle linebacker, I just need to get
Come
him on the ball.
downhill.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why is he standing there, CJ? I mean, PJ. I called you CJ. Yeah, I'm calling you one of my homeboys.
Well,
CJ.
I'm
That's
one of
what
your
we talk
homeboys,
about.
man.
You are one of my homeboys, but the different homeboy.
Right,
Not CJ, you PJ. So
right.
now, that's what we talk about. Like, man, why does he just stand back? Come downhill. Come downhill. Once you see
Yeah,
the
and we
running
talked
back
about
has
this
the
last
ball.
week. He's not initiating contact. He's not closing the gap. He's
Nope.
hesitant. He's waiting. He's letting guards get onto him.
Yep.
And get into his body too.
Yeah. Where's the confidence? I mean, this is what 2 years into the scheme. You know, he came from a similar scheme at Buffalo.
You don't see him looking like he's diagnosing plays quickly and then just getting downhill. Like he saw this. We all looking at the same thing. There was no blocking in his view from seeing that the running back had the ball. He had an open gap. He has the speed. Get there.
Yep.
Yeah, it seemed like our D lineman is just like a second slow from getting a sack there. I seen that. That's what I noticed from the beginning. They was like seeing like a second off from just really getting that sack.
That was a nice return.
Oh yeah, that was a nice return by
really nice return.
Yeah,
by Carter. Yeah,
I wanted to
great field position.
I wanted to say about the D tackles. I don't see a lot of quickness off the snap by these guys. Dexter doesn't look like he's got his speed. I think Dexter did get hurt, and there's some issues there. You know, Pickens just, I don't know if he ever really had much of a burst off the snap. Maybe a little bit in college, but he looks like he's playing a lot heavier now that they're like forcing him into the nose tackle.
Yep. Right. Exactly. Yeah, and we thought that Dexter was supposed to get it a little bit quicker this year, but I don't know. It's inconsistent. I'll say that he has it sometimes.
Right, he flashes sometimes.
And,
now
over
this
the past
run
few
here,
games, I haven't seen.
Hey, can you pause a minute, J2K? On this run, for it to be our opening play, I don't think it was all that bad. I think we picked up about 4 yards, and again, it's like letting the defense be honest to where they like, okay, they just can't tee off on it. So he started off this part well. I don't necessarily like the stutter stepping that Swift was doing, but I can live with it. But overall, the run itself, I thought it was pretty decent for our opening play.
I agree with that. I think that it was good play call, allows the offensive lineman to fire off the ball early and not have to get back on their heels to start the games. Get that initial contact.
See what I mean? See what I mean by that stutter step? Seemed like he missed an opportunity to get a little bit further.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing about Swift, man, he doesn't have great vision.
No.
That's one thing I'm noticing about him. Like, he has quick feet, but
go ahead, Sammo.
No, I'm just saying he has quick feet.
Yes.
But like you said, he stutters a little bit too much, and he just doesn't have great vision. Like, there's sometimes we should just cut it up, and I'm like, you have the speed, dude. You would have just hit it for at least 15, 20 yards at this point if you turn it. We'll see it in this film. We're going to see it in this film. Like, sometimes he should just, he's pushing it to the edge. Sometimes you just have to put your foot in the dirt and see. I can turn it up right now.
And see, that's what I loved about Herbert. And, we didn't get a chance to really see that this year. But on this particular play right here, if you guys draw attention to when Caleb hits his back foot, I thought he had somebody open in the flat. I think it was DJ Moore or somebody, and he didn't take it. And the things we cried about Justin Fields, not throwing on time, this is what I noticed on this play right here. I'll love to hear you guys' insight. Pause.
The center right there. Yeah.
See that?
He's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah,
and you even have a guy over the middle right here. Who is this in the middle coming across the middle?
Keenan.
Over this linebacker and in between this safety, this guy is open. 13 is open.
Yeah,
right.
Keenan.
13, you can throw that guy open. You can throw him open to the seam. You throw him to the other seam. You throw the ball to the other seam, he's getting there. He's going to meet the ball there.
And look where Caleb's eyes are. He's on DJ Moore.
Right.
But instead of letting this ball go with anticipation here, he's on his back foot, hit that, whatever that is, a deep out, hit that. Right. And boom, he gets off of it, goes to the center of the field. He's looking at Keenan, but the linebacker might be clouding that vision there.
But I think Keenan is like stopping or hooking or doing a hitch. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, reverse field, so he lost that leverage.
Right. Who runs a whip route that deep in the field?
Right? That was some something undisciplined that Keenan probably thought that he was about to start a scramble drill or something, because that didn't seem right. And why not keep going to the boundary there? Because he's got all this field over here, all this space.
Yeah.
Going towards the numbers. I don't understand what Keenan was doing there. You're right. That wasn't a whip. That wasn't the route. I don't know what route that is. Right. If it is.
Yeah, it's just bizarre, man. And this is this type of stuff that we got to look for next week. Are we doing these bizarro moves, individually? As much as we could sit here and just blame Waldron for all of this, it's the players doing this. So, I don't think Keenan Allen is like, oh, this is something I've learned to do my 13 NFL years playing football as a potential Hall of Famer. Who's coaching? I mean, he whips right back around right off the bat. It's just keep running. You had leverage.
And the problem I got is it's like, here we are. We had a good 4-yard run the first play, and then instead of building on that momentum by taking that DJ Moore out or hitting Keenan over the middle, it seemed like he's trying to play hero ball or whatever the case may be. And it's like, bro, let's build confidence. And you build confidence by making a simple play, and we missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then everybody's covered.
Yeah.
And they played man almost the entire game. This is all man. It's single high. They're blitzing a bunch of people, and everybody's locked up. How do we go from DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze and look at 3 guys get blanketed by DBs?
Because it's almost like the DBs knew what was coming, though, J2K. They knew the routes. They were running the routes with these guys.
Yeah.
It's like they knew the routes. It's like they weren't surprised by anything.
No.
Well, because we're not really throwing any deep routes. I mean, that's the whole thing. All these routes we're running is 15 yards or less. It's like they're just sitting down on them.
Yep.
And we did throw, or we did have a lot more deep passes early in the season, but I think because Caleb wasn't hitting them, Waldron just scratched it. And now what you're seeing is you're basically seeing Waldron, he was attacking just the deep middle of the field, but there's no layering to it, right?
Very true.
You have to continue to throw the ball deep, man. You have to present the threat, or you're going to get linebacker. Safeties are going to start cheating up. Man, you're just playing into the hand of the defense if you don't. Like, we know that Caleb hasn't been accurate deep, but that threat still has to be there.
Yeah, and you might get a PI on it.
You might get a PI, or maybe he'll hit one. Maybe he'll hit a receiver, a wide open receiver, and we'll get a score a long touchdown or something.
And what happened to Rome Odunze being the 80-20 guy? Just put the ball up if he's covered even.
Exactly. They don't give him the opportunities.
He's not even catching the ball when it hits him in his hands half the time.
Yeah, that's been a little bit of an issue, but I worry that Flus or somebody's been in Caleb's head. Don't throw a ball that's 50-50 for the DB.
Right.
Try to place it, try to overthrow it. Let the guy run underneath it instead of just trusting your guy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you guys feel about Javon Dexter, man, playing the run, but he is not very good playing the run, man. It's like he lays on guys and he'll ride a guy and disengage. I want to see him disengage and use his speed. Like he has so much talent, man, and natural ability. He just doesn't use it. Like disengage. Like don't just ride these guys. Let these guys ride you well. Disengage and get to the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, because if you look at this one, if you can rewind it a little bit,
Yeah.
J2K, check, watch him, and him trying to take that gap. I think he's playing the one technique on this one. He's trying to take that gap, and it's slow, and the blocker's able to just stop him. Oh no, this not it.
This is the black. Yep, this is a new one.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
go
okay.
back-
Manhandle
let me go
right
back
there.
a little bit.
He just got manhandled right there.
This one?
Yes, this
Yeah.
one.
I think
When
they'll
we
show
get to, when
the
we get the end zone shout,
Yeah.
just watch what he does. his whole way of trying to attack it was bad. Okay, here we go. He is playing three technique. So he's playing a three technique, and he's going to try to go to the A gap. And see that? Just got stonewalled, and pad level was too high, feet stopped moving, all that.
He
right.
doesn't fight. Didn't fight at all. Didn't show any
Well, look-
fight. Any
yeah.
fight.
It looked like he was hitting the B gap, but the guard, left. So
Yep.
instead of just, handling his guy, it seemed like he just kind of gave up there for a second.
Okay.
But
Time for my comedy hour. Rewind this a little bit there. No. Is this the same play right here? Is this the same play?
it's new.
This is the same. Yeah, this is the same one. This is
Oh,
the
it is
closer.
the same play.
Okay, so watch Coward, number 93. That's all I got to say. Just watch him real quick.
Oh, that's a different play, actually. But
Boom.
Oh.
See that? Did y'all see Coward?
man,
Did y'all see Coward?
Lost in the sauce.
He's diving on the ground like he's up there diving for cookies or something. Oh,
Man.
Mr. Mayhem in the chat. We got Clip Victoria, Tyreek Stevenson. Thank you, sir. Maybe you need to be at practice. J2K, Dave S and S, the Nodge. Appreciate you guys joining us.
That was a really good play by Kyler Gordon, man.
I tell you what, man.
just come right downhill. Like, yeah, man, flatten out,
now
come down.
This is what
He's
we
the
want
guy
to
we
see.
need to
from
resign.
Evans. That's what we want to see from Evans, right? That's how we want to see Evans play. Once you
Yes.
know it's a run, get downhill. Once you know it's a run, get downhill, shoot the gaps.
Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, you said absolutely correct, because that Kyler Gordon, yes, we need to re-sign him right now. That's all. That's how I feel about him. He's a player.
Definitely is. Just got to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed Montez Sweat was rotated out of this game a lot.
yeah, he's
He
really.
wasn't 100%. You could tell he wasn't 100%. He hasn't looked like he's been 100% all season to me, to be honest.
I think he got hurt in training camp. I think micro fracture in his shin or something.
No, go ahead. I want to let you finish before I talk about this play, because somebody talk about
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
there's something lingering with him that might take season ending, or when the season ends, he'll get surgery on it.
If you look at TJ Edwards on this one, I don't know what turned him around.
Yes.
But for him to get turned around and face the other way in the gap is beyond me.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like he his hand got pulled or something and got caught onto something.
Yeah, because he shot the gap and then
Yeah.
he got turned around. Boom. See
Right
that?
there. Boom.
Yeah, like a revolving door, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He spins around. Yeah, that was crazy.
I want to see if he get pulled or something or grabbed. I mean, because nope, he just got his hand caught.
Yeah, his hand got caught.
Yeah. But see, that's what we expect out of Edmonds, and that's what we're not seeing. To be able to shoot that gap like that.
Mm-hmm. And TJ is good at it, man. TJ, he hits the holes.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think next season we have an out on Edmonds.
I think so too. And I
Contract
think they
out.
exercise that out. Yeah. I think they should exercise it, maybe, man.
Yeah, too much money going there for
It's
the
just
lack
not
of
enough
production. Yeah.
Exactly. Look,
Yeah,
he doesn't move. Like,
I don't know of any injury that he's going through, but not everything's reported.
he looks healthy. He looks healthy. He can move.
Yeah.
It's he just doesn't.
Yeah, last year he was injured early in the season, and he didn't look right. But right now, I mean, when he does move, he looks fluid. You know,
Right.
you don't see the issues or anything. Yeah, when you compare, Edwards' contract to Edmonds' contract, and Edwards is outplaying him.
Highway robbery. He shot the wrong gap right there. Now, when he did decide to hit the gap, he hits the wrong hole. You see that? Go back. Go back, and you can see, like, he shoots it. He goes, but he doesn't come downhill and go to the running back. I don't know. He's trying to run to a spot.
The next play.
He went same gap.
Overran his blocker.
Overran his blocker. Yep.
Instead of initiating contact, instead of trying to get there, early.
He didn't want it. He didn't want the contact right there.
Right.
But he was there. He was there.
Yeah.
He could have even, if he'd have just ran into the block. Nah, man. I don't know what he was doing there.
Right. Yeah.
How he missed that play.
Trying to avoid getting hit and allowed himself to get washed out.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Ooh, nice move, Booker.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I see so many flashes from Booker. I've seen him, not contain the edge, which is his biggest issue right now. But, man, he's got some flashes. This little inside move.
Man, that dude is going to be good, man. He's going to be a really good pass rusher. Great hands. Look, get off.
Oh, man.
He could have kept his feet, man. That was a bit easy sack.
And look at him after this play. I had it. Oh, man. Just that length and burst and explosion that comes out of him. Man, once he gets a year in the weight room,
Yep.
Oh, I'm excited for him coming back next season.
So am I. That's definitely a steal, man. Probably a steal. He's probably going to end up being a steal of the draft, man. He's going to be a double sack guy for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Double-digit sack guy.
Yeah. I agree with that. So we're down 3-0. Again, they said all year we've been outscored, or our opponents always scored on us first all year. So
Yep. What was up with this kick?
that was a beautiful kick.
I mean,
all right, Cliff Victoria. Here's the offensive line for you. You said you want to watch them play. That wasn't too bad, but
yeah, it really got bad when Kramer got in the game.
Yeah, poor Kramer. He's just overmatched, and
he was. Yeah.
God,
see that nice stuttering of the feet again.
It was a really nice dual block, man. They were moving the guy. I think that was one.
Can we go back to that play a little bit?
Yeah.
Talking about Swift.
Yeah, the stuttering of the feet. I'm like, you got your, the offensive lineman got the guys moving. Man, just go and hit it.
Hit it at that point. Yep. Burst through it. Yep. You're right. He was tiptoeing.
Yeah, so much dancing at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I remember Thomas Jones used to do a little bit of that, but he was so much more fluid and it was always going forward. Like he would hit, a little jump cut and stuff like that, but he would always be going forward.
If I can say, if I can break down that play a little bit, I know I've got to remind you again from the end zone view.
Let's see. This one?
Is that the play?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If you watch the combo block, the tackle didn't get off of it to get to the linebacker. That's how that linebacker was able to then make that tackle.
You see where Darnell Wright's playing?
Darnell Wright.
The far left. Cole
Kmet. Oh, you mean Pryor?
That's Pryor. 79.
Oh, I mean, it's Pryor, yes.
Yeah, they went jumbo. This was a jumbo. Yeah, they put a jumbo left. Jumbo on the left. They got Pryor outside of Larry Borum. And then, like you said, it was a great combo block, man. I don't know how it bunched up. I don't know. Maybe got to slow it down because this is going kind of fast for me. Boom, great combo. Like,
now,
shoot the gap right there. That is an alley. That's right.
Now, here's the thing. Either Tevin get off of it to go block the linebacker or safety, I don't know what the guy is, that's the on the next level there. Or if the center get off of it, he blocks the linebacker that's on the 45-yard line right now. But either way, one of them needs to come off of it for then Swift can actually then make a move, because by them not doing it, that's how the tackle was then made. See?
Right.
Yep. No one blocked 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one blocked him. Yep.
Had this center came off of it and blocked him, he would have had even more of an alley.
Yep. Sure would have. And I thought it was the guy on the left that made the tackle. You're right.
All right, let's see these route combinations where Caleb's foot is when he plants it. So here we go.
He does a little hop.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, he made the completion, but I'm a firm believer. I like as soon as you hit that back foot, let that ball go. Boom.
Right.
And he's hopping.
He's hopping right before the throw. It's just like, dude, just let it rip. 1, 2,
Boom.
3, rip it. It's almost like he's becoming a see it, throw it quarterback, man. And we thought that he was a guy that was an anticipatory thrower, man.
Right.
Passer, well, and not a thrower. You're just not seeing it. There we go. Now see what happens when you hit it.
Yes.
Right. No dancing. It's fluid right through the hole.
See, that's what I like. I mean, that's what I'm hoping that Thomas Brown can get more out of.
Yep.
But yeah, linebacker comes into the hole. He's around
right
it. He's got more hats than they got on the left there.
Great.
Skinny.
Now I have no
field.
idea.
And then why dance? He's still dancing.
Exactly. Why not just keep going forward? Like, why would you try to juke this man? Just keep going forward. He has to try to tackle you.
Yeah, even on that play, Larry Borum, not this one, but the one before, Larry Borum was kind of lost on who he was supposed to be blocking. And I think that's a breakdown in communication on what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep. I think a lot of that's on Caleb, man. A lot of that's been on Caleb. He's been misidentifying the mic quite a few times.
Yeah.
So, like,
another.
Now this is where he was supposed to turn this up inside. Rewind that a little bit. It's like he had it. Like, I don't understand what he does, what he's doing.
That's why. Yeah, and also wide receivers doesn't sustain his block.
He doesn't. You're right. But if you turn it, he's still trying to get to the outside when he had the inside. Like when you see Green go, when you see the Green go, all right, he gets to the outside. He's going to get past this guy. Turn it up. Turn it upfield right here, up the seam. Like you have all this. The linebacker, the wide receiver has this guy sealed here, so you have to go behind him. You can't cut in front of him. He's still trying to get in front of this guy for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the daylight.
Take the daylight. Take what you have. Yes, there's a guy there, but he has to catch you. That linebacker has to catch you. Running side ways when you're running vertical. You're the fast guy. You're the 4-2 guy, 4-3. Dude, there was so much daylight there.
Even on our one-on-one block, seemed like we're not really pushing the guys. So I don't know, man.
Keenan Allen's not a good blocker, man. For him to be on the boundaries, like.
Yeah. I mean, Pryor has shown me in this short amount of time, he's a lot better at guard than he is at tackle.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting on you to say that. I said the same thing, PJ. Yesterday. I was like, he is not a good tackle.
No, sir. Oh, like, my goodness.
So this looks like it's Komet just got worked on this play.
Let's see.
Or it might have been. I think it was Komet.
Too much changing the plays to me, too, man.
Yes, every time.
Too much of that.
It looks decent right now.
Right. Okay. Mercedes tripped the guy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
He tripped the guy.
Yep. They just created a pile.
Yep.
Cole was pushing him and he trips over Mercedes' foot. I mean, I see what they mean when they say execution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah, let's go back to that. Caleb just held on to the ball too long. I don't know if anybody was open or not. I don't know, but at some point we got to start like throwing the ball away or doing something because that's just too long. I mean, because you got first of all the blocking, the like Sammo just said. I don't know if Caleb's misidentifying the mic, but we got a free rusher to where the running back got to step up while our guard and our left guard and our center look like they're blocking the same guy again and letting this guy go free.
Yep.
It's just confusing for me.
Yep. That's ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous to see that. And I think that maybe the running back was probably going to go out on route too, but then he has to step up now and protect the quarterback. And no one's open.
And no one's open. And he's at the top of his drop.
Right.
I mean, to go with J2K was saying earlier, it's not marrying with each other to where when you hit the top of your drop back, somebody ought to be coming out of their break or something.
Maybe this guy down here at the bottom, I don't know who that is, coming on the out down there. Maybe he can hit him.
The guy in between, the middle guy, that's Komet.
Komet, yeah. Maybe he can hit Komet coming out of his break, but that safety is sitting because that safety is flat-footed and that corner's back is turned. So maybe he can hit that. But other than that, there's nowhere to go with the ball.
No,
right.
He's staring at that. He's staring at that too. So,
and you look at the cluster.
Yeah,
I mean, talk about bringing everybody to the party, right?
Everybody's stuck right there.
Right. And technically on this play, Komet actually does kind of lose on this. He doesn't break sharp enough. You'll see in a second here. But Caleb could throw, the anticipatory throw here. But, and this is kind of a rub route where, Komet's going to break underneath the receivers. So it kind of like rubs the safety. But then you look at it and just blanket.
Oh, yeah. He rounded that route
off. Rounded that out. He ran right into the guy.
Yeah. He rounded that off.
Right into the guy. And then you didn't give him he didn't give him a move to the inside to even make him move. The guy's standing there flat-footed. So you have to get him off to think that you're going to cut inside at least before you go outside. Give him a head fake or something. You just ran and rounded yourself right into his hands, right into his arms.
Nobody's running downfield.
And
everybody with these short routes.
Now he's stepping up. Nobody's getting open.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And he's sacked.
Bad sack. Takes us out of field goal range.
That was a bad play call right there.
Yeah, that play design right there was the issue.
Yeah.
What's Caleb supposed to do? And Komet could have flattened his route off a little bit more, but still, you're looking at just a cluster of people.
Yep.
I made a joke the other night on someone's channel that Waldron tried to run these flood concepts, but they look more like a puddle. Everybody's grouped together.
It is.
They have the bonfire.
Big ugly puddle, huh? Oh man.
There's no high-low. It's just everybody's in this group.
Yeah.
No separations, not using the entire field.
Thanks for joining us, Curtis. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night at work. So on this one,
got Coward.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Edmonds come by again. Seems like he's going wide, and I don't know why you as a linebacker is on the outside, but okay. I'm going to let you have that, sir.
And Coward's 93, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The guy we got from Cincinnati, what was he, 91?
97.
97?
You wait a minute. You talking about Billings or are you talking?
No.
You talking about Williams, 91?
Williams,
yes.
Williams.
He came from Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. I keep forgetting his name. That's right. He's the only one I've seen have enough explosion off the snap, out of anybody.
For a 3-tech. Yeah.
Yeah, right. D tackle. Yeah. I mean,
D
Billing's got
tackle.
explosion, but compared to his size, he's got explosion.
Right.
TJ with the interception on this one. I think
This was
TJ's
nice.
man. He's a stud. I like him, man.
Give him a raise.
I swear. But
I
this
have
was
no
thrown
idea.
right to him. I don't know what Drake May saw there. It was
I
like,
have no idea what Edmonds was looking at and what he was doing. I kid you not. But
again, great field position. What are we going to do with it?
throw a 3-yard pass?
Right. Well, a lot of people complain we don't see enough of these quick outs and quick slants. I think we do see enough of them, but the defenses are just playing up on our guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's no deep threat. We haven't completed deep passes. So everything's just bunched up. There's single high man coverage the whole game.
Yep.
Now that's a decent run. Yeah, the problem is, we throwing all these short passes and don't ever throw it up the field.
Never get it up the field.
You got
what happened to a sluggo? Throw the slant, hit the sluggo.
Yeah. This was a terrible play call, man. On 3rd and 2, what was it, 3rd and 3? We throw the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And you know what the problem is with it, though? The problem for me in my mind was Keenan Allen got his head caught looking around, so he missed that block that would have freed DJ.
Yeah, he just loses his mind. He's like, "What am I doing? Where am I?"
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
That's an effort thing, man. That's effort.
See how he's looking around?
Why is he looking back? What's he looking for?
I guess he's waiting to make sure DJ got the ball or something. But that what cost us that play right there, because he totally missed a block because of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't like the call, but you're absolutely right. It could have worked. And if he gets that block, that's effort, man.
And that was 3rd down. That was our brilliant 3rd down play to throw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah.
It was 5 yards, actually.
5 yards.
I counted. I was like, what the heck?
What you say, Sammo? 5.
I had to rewind the TV. Like, hold on. I know that this ball didn't go that deep in the backfield.
That's bad play design.
Well, it just seems like the buy-in isn't there on offense.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Guys are confused. Guys aren't hustling. Guys aren't blocking.
Here, pause it a minute. I think I'm reminded of, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story. I think it was Ray Lewis telling it about how, I think it was Trent Dilfer. They had him won a Super Bowl and then got rid of him and brought in a new quarterback, and the team didn't buy into it. But they said they thought he was a better quarterback than what Trent Dilfer was, but he didn't work out. I think it was Kyle Bowler maybe, and just never worked out. So it gets like that. I think teams get fickle like that, and I wonder whether or not we're experiencing that, whether or not they having that, well, did we really get better? We don't really like this guy. I don't know if that's what DJ is going through. I don't know. I'm not trying to make no accusations or anything. I'm just trying to figure it out, because with Shane Waldron, maybe they saying, hey, we just don't like this guy. And by Thomas Jones or Thomas, I keep calling Thomas Jones.
Brown. Yeah.
Thomas Brown keeps him coming in. Maybe he can get them motivated, something that Shane was not able to do.
Right. It's details, man. They gotta iron out the details, man, in the offense. Man, offense is about details, man.
Oh yeah.
Your head on the right side of the block, man. Putting your hands on the right side of the boundaries when you're trying to block these DBs as wide receivers. Like, man, all those details need to be beat into the player's head, man. Like, this is the most important part of you blocking this man, is you getting your head on the right side of his body in order for this play to work. Like, those details are what's important to running an offense. And the coaches that harp on the details are the great offensive coordinators. Like, It just doesn't seem like we harp on details as an offense, and we didn't in the past few years either. Just seems like we're saying, hey, you block 57, you block this guy. No, get your head on the route outside of this guy because they're going to run up this gap here. So you keep your head on the outside. You have to get your head on get your body on the outside. You fight like hell to get your body on the outside of this guy. And if you can't at that point, then it's up to the running back to try to read your block and then try to get inside of you, decide when to get inside of you, or if he can get inside of you to try to get some yards. But you fight like hell to get to where you're supposed to be. And we just don't, man. We just don't do that.
Well, if anybody's that guy, it's Thomas Brown. I know he's a fired up coach, and
okay, good.
I don't know if his play calling is great, but I know him as a motivator. He's excellent. I mean, he has head coach written all over him because he's a motivator. I'm just curious how well he can, scheme against a defense he researches, all week and all that kind of stuff. And how does he play, call plays in the moment, and how does he marry plays together, and how does Caleb respond? How do these wide receivers respond? How do, are these routes and Caleb's footwork married together? I'm sure Waldron isn't saying, Caleb, do whatever you want on this drop back.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is Caleb just freelancing? Is Caleb just annoyed with Waldron and I'm just going to do whatever I want? Is Waldron not hard enough on Caleb? What's the problem? I don't know, but next week when we watch the film, this is the stuff I'm going to be looking at is, does Caleb respect Thomas Brown to do the job right?
Absolutely. So I seen a clip from him where he was talking about how he does harp on the details and how he wants every position on the offense to be play with aggression. So
now they did a good job of picking up our blitz, but we can't pick a good job of picking up their blitz. What's up, Antmus? Glad you can join us, my man. Appreciate you.
Welcome in.
Antmus.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm hoping that we can get motivated sometime this week and pull a miracle out the hat against Green Bay, but I admit it was going to look slim.
Man, I'll just take a competitive game.
And me too. That's where I'm at with it. I just want it to be a competitive game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put money on it. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but I just want them to compete at this point, especially it being his first week for Thomas Brown.
Pause. This play right here, I thought it was pretty decent design. I like, he hit him, didn't have to wait. You don't have to necessarily rerun because we don't see the end zone view, but I thought this one was okay.
Nice play action. But yeah, I like that they got him under center in this game a lot more, but man, footwork just has to be better and mirrored up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sprint.
Yeah, that's a decent play call.
Mm-hmm.
Get everybody going one way and sneak the guy out the back door.
Husband home, got to go out the back door. Boom.
Looks like
walking in stride. Yeah, that was pretty good play design. I give him that.
Really good.
But that's the easy plays that you want to see more of. That's what Jaden Daniels is doing in Washington, right?
Exactly.
Right? It's paint by numbers, but you're getting guys open. And that's we're hitting these little quick outs and stuff like that. More often than we're hitting other plays, but yeah, just more of those kind of schemed open plays.
Can you rewind this part a little bit there? Watch my guy Shelton get walked back to Caleb, which causes him to start seeing ghosts, in my opinion.
Oh gosh.
So 92 lines up over Shelton.
Yep.
And let me introduce you to the quarterback.
Shelton's pretty bad, man.
Put on your roller skates.
Great.
You're going backwards.
I mean, I used to defend Larry Borum, but oh my goodness, Oh my goodness. Whew. Bruh.
He's better on the right side. I think he plays better on the right side than the left. Like he's terrible on the left. So
He's horrible.
Yeah. I thought this was offsides, but this is why Caleb threw this ball this way.
He jumped back. He got back over. He got back over though. That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought so too, but I don't know if they're saying that he jumped back. He jumped offside for sure.
And maybe just got back just
in time. Yeah, I don't know, man. It looked like.
But even with this play, wouldn't you just like to give Rome a chance? It's a clear overthrow.
Yep.
Yep. If Caleb thought that was offsides, he's getting the flag. Put it on Rome.
Yep. You have to give him a chance to get the pass. You're right. Yeah, no chance there.
That's decent slant.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
I just hear a lot of people complaining about we don't have these quick outs or slants. I'm pointing out that we do have them, but it's almost like that's all we have.
That's all that works.
Yeah, the deep middle routes. Not married to the footwork. We're not having like deep wide receiver routes at all. It's just everything's dink and dunk in a sense. Look at the mesh concept here.
Now that right there, pause. Yeah, this play right here. I've seen somebody say that DJ should have dived for the ball. But if you look at Caleb's footwork, first of all, it's horrible. Horrible footwork. He's bouncing and dancing. And the ball should already be out right now.
It should be out right now. Exactly. Yeah. Right now. What is he waiting for?
Yeah, it should already be out. And then it comes up short. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That right there, it's kind of hard for me to try to defend that one. So you look at his footwork. Oh, just stutter stepping.
On third down, too, man. That's what irks me about it. Like, this is third down.
Now we're going for fourth down.
Yep.
And he plays hero ball, gets the first down. Okay, great.
And is that when no, that's not when Borum. That's when Borum got hurt, right?
No. Or Jenkins.
Jenkins.
This
is the play he got hurt on.
What did he turn an ankle or something? Because I really don't know what he did.
Turned his ankle trying to jump over a guy, trying to avoid falling on a guy. He jumps over him and lands on his ankle.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys watched kind of his emotions after this play, but it looked to me like he specifically wanted to walk off the field, without help. And he was visibly emotionally upset.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if Jenkins' body is just, going against him. He's just too big for his own body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of these guys, they grow into these massive human beings, but their body just isn't capable of sustaining it. Mm-hmm. And he did not look in any way nimble or athletic jumping over this guy to begin with. Mm-hmm. And it looks like he just kind of rolled his ankle, but he was visibly upset that, he had to walk off the field, no arm on the shoulder, nothing like that. And I worry that, not only is he not coming back to Chicago, but he may not be the player he could have ever been,
True.
It's almost like the Kyle Long story.
Yeah. I'm in the camp of right guard as opposed to left guard, but ultimately he needs to show something, and he just hasn't.
Just can't stay healthy, man. This was a good power run, good push from the offensive line there.
Yeah, I'm looking at Kramer now. With Kramer, it looked like he's using all his might to push that guy, and the guy just barely moving.
Oh, Kramer has no.
He has no anchor.
Man. No anchor, no functional game strength. It's
he's playing out of position. He's really a center.
Yep.
A backup center at best. And
which takes me to the whole not keeping what's his name, Tyreek Carter. I'm
Jatari.
sorry,
Oh,
we,
Jatari
we
Carter.
Tyreek Carter. We released him in at the in the preseason,
The
but
cut downs.
yeah, we cut him, and we need a guard right now.
We
It's
do, but
obvious Nate Gay
Jatari
was
was having what would I want to say, effort issues, man. I saw in the preseason, watching the all-22 in the preseason, like his effort when getting to the second level to linebackers, man, was just really bad. And I pointed that out, and people were like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "He's going to make this team," and I'm like, "I don't know." Like the first half, the first few plays, he looked good, but after that, it's like he just he didn't want any smoke with the linebackers. He would just run up to them and let them run around him every play. And I was like, when the coaches look at this film, they're gonna be pissed at him. I'm like, he's getting cursed out in after the game. He's getting in front of the guy, but he's not blocking the guy. His guy is making the play consistently. If he gets a hand on this guy, we're getting extra yards. He's not getting hands on guys, and sure as enough, they released him. I don't know if he's with another team either. I don't even think he got picked up.
I haven't followed. Yeah,
Jatari
Carter.
Yeah, he's with the practice squad of the Panthers, I believe.
All right. Man, we need help on offensive line, though, terribly. It's like,
pause that for a second, sir.
now, this play.
I just got to say this. I just got to
go back.
They're rushing 3, and
Yep.
Caleb's having to escape the pocket.
Yep.
How does that make sense? How
It's
does
sad.
that make sense?
Let's see what happens at the top of his drop.
Look at that. Look at that.
Man,
You got
right
3
away,
guys
he's
blocking
moving.
one guy.
And I don't
And-
see too much of a threat.
No,
right?
I don't see a threat because Borum has the guy on stood up right now. Let's see what happens.
Well, honestly, you got, is that Keenan open right there?
He's open
Underneath?
right now, right there, right here
He's-
at the 10. At
And
the
that's
10,
enough for
the
the
guy
first
coming
down.
across the middle.
Oh, it's not. I'm sorry.
Who's
That's
that
not
coming
right.
across the middle? Yeah, that's someone's open right there.
Yeah, and just
Whoever's
behind him, I
coming-
think that's Komet, and he looks like he's getting open. You look at the body movement of his defender, the linebacker there.
He can
and
hit either
he's
one of
going
those
one way,
guys.
Komet's breaking the other way. Boom! You got open.
And who is that at the top of the screen on the scene? Who's breaking out? That guy is open.
That's
No, but he's going. But there's a safety sitting underneath him. So
that's Komet, I believe.
So Komet's at the top. What is it? I think that's Keenan below him. Odunze's going
that
a
gotta be
corner
Johnson.
route,
Doomsday. Yeah, that's a Doomsday going to the corner.
right?
Is that
You
a
got
Doomsday?
DJ doubled, and Roshan's in the flat there.
Yeah.
And he can get rid of the ball there, though.
Yeah, I mean Komet's
Yeah.
still open.
Yep. Oh,
You know,
hit him.
and even an accurate pass to Odunze, he's got leverage. You know,
That's
at
what I'm
some
thinking.
point, this is NFL open. You know, they talk about in college, no, that looks covered. In the NFL, that's NFL open. That could be a touchdown.
You throw it to the spot and let him go get it, run under it.
Yes, throw it to that
Throw it to the
corner,
corner.
let him run. Yes,
Say at the same time.
and now what happens to Komet when he thinks scramble drill? He starts blocking downfield.
Yeah.
But at that point, they don't know what he's doing because we were open. Like, I don't know what he's doing either. At this point, I don't know whether to block if you're about to run. So I'm maybe Komet's thinking, like, maybe I need to block this guy so he can run. Yeah. I don't know. He's gun shy right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Komet is thinking, but at this point, you want to backtrack. You go, okay, Komet, don't block so soon.
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Like your
agree.
quarterback has shown to go laterally, quite a bit on tape. So don't just
Right.
assume, and it's a preference, but this isn't Justin Fields. He isn't running upfield right away, right? Justin Fields probably would have scored a touchdown had he run the ball on that play. But Caleb's a different quarterback. You got to treat him like the quarterback he is.
Can I
And
just
he's an
admit it?
escape artist. He could have gotten away from that guy a second time somehow and then hit you. So yeah, you're right. You got to know your personnel, know your quarterback, know who your quarterback is.
I just gotta admit it. I miss JF1.
So,
All right, I got it, my sister. All right,
All right.
yeah, I guess this is okay with the defense. Still, Edmonds is a concern for me. Just lingering back there,
Yeah,
walking
waiting
to the
for the
block.
block.
He just
waiting to
walks
get
into the
blocked.
block.
Walked up to the block,
Yeah,
tiptoes to it.
didn't bother to hit the blocker. He just walked up to the.
Push the man back.
You're right.
Exactly. Get into his fucking chest and just push him back. So,
And if this was Roquan Smith, I would be like, okay, you don't have the size to match up. But this
mhm.
is
Right.
Edmonds. That's why that's the trade-off there. Roquan tried to backdoor everything,
Yep.
try to run, past guys or around guys and get there with speed. Edmonds, you're huge. You should be able to take on a guard and stand him up and do so, you choose where the battlefield is, right?
Yep. Exactly.
100%.
He hasn't shown it at all.
Again, in pass rush when this one's
And
not
what
good.
was he doing? Pass coverage right there. We had two defenders there, and somehow he evades both of them. Neither one jumps the route. Watch this. This is Edmonds again now. Tiptoes to the left, gets
Two people in the same spot.
Right. Yes.
so it was which means that was 55 out there. It's Jacob Martin, which means there was some type of zone blitz. If he's back, drops back in coverage.
Yeah, I want to see this again because yes, Martin drops back right into the same spot that Edmonds is playing. They're playing zone. They're playing the same zone. What are you doing?
Exactly. Someone's wrong here.
Yeah. To me, it looks like Edmonds supposed to take the flat. He's supposed to actually widen out further because
Yep.
I wouldn't expect Martin to do that, right?
Right.
Nope. And Martin just overran the play too. Because he's just not used to doing this. Yep.
Right.
Zone blitz. We blitzed on the right. Dropped out the left. And
for a guy who missed all of training camp and most of the season, you're having him do this wacky stuff.
Yeah. I don't like that. I hate when we do that, man.
I don't know what this rope-a-dope play is, but
Yeah, that was a goofy play. And it took so long to develop. It's just, I mean, 3 hands.
it did put Martin in the blender, though.
Choices. Got to make them.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing the effects. Oh, is Sweat out? Yeah. Sweat is out there on display. Okay.
Yeah,
He's-
but we haven't seen him all that much in this
Right.
game.
Nope. Not at all in this game. Not at all. Who was that make that tackle? It was a good play.
91.
91. That was Collins.
Not even one and Dexter.
Williams.
Williams, yeah. I think he was actually a pretty good trade pickup.
Yeah.
I know he's might be a 1-year rental, given what we do in the offseason, but he's got a little bit of explosion, can get through the gaps pretty quickly.
Yep. He's put him at 3 tech more. I don't know what Tyreek is doing right here, man.
Jogging.
Like, come on, Tyreek.
Yeah, and he did it again this game. Started jawing with somebody. Like, didn't you learn? Didn't you learn?
Sure did.
Now it's a trend, bro. One more time, it's a problem.
True.
The ref talked them down.
Oh,
This was terrible.
so was this Booker not containing, or who was this on here?
Is that Booker out there?
Yeah, on the right. To kind of widen out those gaps there.
That's 99. Booker's 94. That's
No,
that's
that's Booker.
Robinson.
You just missed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of getting wide, just letting the linebackers or letting the blockers get to the linebackers is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But I
Occupying.
mean, but that's not our defense either. We don't occupy guys, man. We usually everyone has a gap. Everyone just shoots their gap and
But
maintain gap integrity.
if you're getting double teamed, though, I would like to think you can at least maintain, by holding that guy
At
from the
that
next man.
at
They're
that
gonna
point,
try
you
to
do.
do.
Yep.
They're gonna try to.
You gotta hold.
Yeah, they gotta try to give you a combo block, so you got to sit up there and do something to prevent that combo block from happening.
Because that means the linebacker behind you doesn't have anyone on him.
Yep.
So he should be able to come downhill. You're right.
Oh,
That's too easy. That was just too easy. Like they got confused. I don't know whose man this is. Is that a tight end? That was a receiver, right?
yeah, that
was
Polk.
Polk.
And I believe this is actually on Stevenson, even though I think Edwards on the far left there, I think he's got tight end responsibility, or he's got that flat responsibility. Stevenson's, I think he's got man responsibility on Polk. And I did see on the broadcast that the prior play, Polk was on the other side and he was blocking. And so they flipped the play, they flipped the formation. Polk's now on this side. They probably just saw something in that and said, hey, these guys are way too aggressive right now.
Yeah.
So we get Polk out there on a quick play action.
Stevenson is paying attention to, so he gets jammed right there.
Yeah, but look at Stevenson. Where are his eyes on the run play
on the inside?
TV.
Yep.
Not on his
and
responsibility.
He still has the ball, so it doesn't even make sense because the running back doesn't have the ball.
Right.
So what is he looking at?
Right. Undisciplined.
You can clearly see that the quarterback has the ball there.
Yeah.
Just undisciplined too.
As soon as the quarterback goes into throwing motion, Stevenson's like, oh shit.
And to you guys' point, it's like if you know you're in man-to-man, your first priority is watching your man. Yeah, your man started blocking Edwards, but you still ought to then maintain some type of outside leverage. Yep. You totally loses him, takes your eye off of him, and then this is what you get.
Yeah, and they're still in the area where they can, he can bump him. He can put his hands on him.
Yep.
So, even though, TJ comes up and puts hands on him, get your hands on him too. Almost a duo block reverse,
Easy interception at that point. Yep. This could have been an easy interception opportunity.
Yeah, just disrupt the timing of the play. Do something, man.
Yep. Yeah, just like you said, undisciplined.
Absolutely it is.
And what a difference, What did we all say after, Eberflus's first year is that they play hard and they're disciplined. We don't have the talent, but at least they play hard and they're disciplined. Yep. And now, we've got, enough talent on defense that these should not be the issues. This shouldn't be what is taking our defense down.
Agreed, 100%.
And, Waldron just loves the bunch plays and then he bounces out of them. If you notice, the bunch plays that they stayed in have actually worked. And yet he constantly goes into these bunch formations, moves someone out into something that doesn't work.
So we potentially got 4 rushers. And here we are.
I'm gonna back up to the top of his route.
We're throwing the ball as he's falling backwards.
There's an end route coming that's open. He's looking to the outside, but that end is open. I think it's DJ Moore. No, that is coming from the 40. It's about to break in. He's wide open.
Right. And why is Caleb still going backwards? This is actually a great position to step up into
Step
the pocket.
forward right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you
Yep.
create the leverage. I know Shelton's going to get pushed back there, or is that Kramer 69? That's Kramer.
Yeah, well,
But still, you
That's
step
Kramer.
up, you create the leverage and stuff, and you can throw the pass. You've got someone wide open there.
Especially when he also has this guy, the running back, as his check down. Like, step up. Like, either that route's gonna come open or you hit your check down.
Right. And if it's blurry, just hit the check down.
Right.
Hit the check down.
Give us 3 yards. Don't do that.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sammo, did you play offensive line?
Yep. I'm gonna play
Okay.
offensive line.
Is this the same play here?
Different play.
Go back to the last play. I just want you to tell me, is this ever taught to an offense? Watch the center, and watch the top of the block he does. Just
I
watch.
play some center too. I love playing center.
Where are you
ever
going?
been taught that?
Yep. Nope. Never. Never.
Turn your back.
Turn your whole back around. Like, what is this, man? What is this? That's when you look for work. That's when you search for work, and then you come up and hit this. Come on, man.
Right. Because there's no chance. Now I see what Caleb kind of sees now is he's seeing 98 flash there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Granted, he's got a hole to his left that he could step up into.
That's where you step up.
But Shelton, he stays home. 98 isn't flashing, right? If he stays home and he duos on 98, Caleb still can step up, even if whoever's getting around 71 there is getting around him. You've still got a pocket.
Yeah, Shelton just committed way too soon. I mean,
yeah. And that's been an ongoing theme all years.
All year.
Shelton not seeing the stunts, the games, or late blitzes.
We got 5 potential rushers. Well, actually, we had 6. 5 comes. So if right now he's not under immediate pressure, but you don't have nobody open then. But now you're in escape mode. Now he's in escape mode. He got the ball down, looking for a way out.
Yep.
He's about to his back foot. Well, he's got the breaking in route there.
It's open right now. Let it go.
Yeah.
Moore's not even looking though.
It is open. That's Moore.
Yeah, he's not even looking.
He's done that a couple times.
Yeah.
On the fade route to Keenan Allen last week, with DJ was getting open across the middle. DJ wasn't even looking when Caleb was releasing the ball. And
right.
DJ's doing this again.
It's crazy.
Now he looks back.
Yep. Too little, too late.
Yeah, he made up his mind, but at that time, he was gone.
And have you guys noticed that Caleb favors Keenan Allen more than DJ Moore so far? I wonder if DJ Moore is pulling this stuff in practice and Caleb just like, why are you doing me this way? Like what do you want me to say?
And Romo doing say. It's like those are the only guys, those are his 2 first receivers that he looks for. He's not been looking DJ's way. Like there's definitely something there between them. Like what happened here? That was this.
Kramer getting blown up. No. Oh God.
Oh.
Center. It's your center again. And he almost hurts you. He almost hurt Pryor.
Look at Pryor on the ground too.
Yeah. He took Pryor's legs out. I think he took it. Looks like the center took his legs out there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Shelton.
Look his knee out.
Jeez, man.
Oh, I know this is gluttony for punishment, but I gotta see this again. Just Shelton.
Keep your head up, Shelton. As you can't block with your head down.
It's like he's trying to make a spear tackle. Just whoosh. Oh my God. Oh.
That's what happened. You lunged at him.
Yeah, reached out.
Yeah.
Reached out. That's what happens when you lunge.
And miscommunication, right? He breaks in, Caleb throws out.
Yep. I'm just like, man, come on, guys.
Can we hit somebody on a go route? Jeez.
Yeah,
You're not even running.
On the run. We haven't hit anyone on the run this entire game. You're right. That was the one play after the first half where DJ Moore, like this was an easy pass. This was when things were starting to snowball for Caleb a little bit. Just like, man, he was frustrated and just like this was such an easy pass to your running back. Like, what's going on here?
Wide left.
Hit him in the chest. Hit him in the hands. Yeah. Let him turn and go.
Now, I'm not sure what the route is, but it looks like the guy up top, if he's breaking in, which I think he does, that also looks like it could be open. I think this does look like a split field read, and he's reading to the, his right, just because of, it's not a flood, it's not going against his zone.
He throw that ball to the 50, and he was ball to the 50, and he was hits him in the hands, running. It's just like, come on, guy.
But if it gets muddy, hit your check down,
Hit your check down like you tried to, but make sure you hit him. Hit him in the hand, chest, not on the side. And he's looking like, well, is somebody behind me about to catch the ball?
Like, right.
He's confused by it.
I do think we need better gunners on our special teams. I don't think they've been doing Torrey Taylor any favors.
They haven't, because he's been booming it sometimes, and we just not getting there.
Yeah,
right.
So right now he's right there with the league average.
Right, like number 30 just went down there, waited, let the guy run by him, and didn't attack.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Got 32 in the game.
Old Smith.
Earl Smith at the bottom. Yep. Oh, yeah. Thought that could have been an interception, too.
Yeah. Hicks has been really close to making a handful of interceptions this year. I like to see him complete at least a few more of those, but at least he's getting there as a backup,
Yep.
I mean, that was a pretty good read by him. He got turned around a little bit, but
yep, he got there though. He dropped back. I don't know.
Oh, these middle of the field passes just keep getting completed against us all year. I think it was the Rams game; they hit a bunch of them. I'm not sure what the solution is. If
wait till this week. Wait till the Packers show up. That's all they do against us, man.
Right?
It's like we just in the middle of the field for them.
Why? I'm just not sure if it's the safety or if it's Edmonds middle linebacker, but I know every play is different.
Pause.
So it's hard to know.
Now on this one, our favorite guy Edmonds. He's over there on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, he's just not crashing down, which then allows the guard to come up and block him. And if our guys, the two defensive tackles, if they shoot their gap, cause the guard to react, then Edmonds probably could make a play.
Yep, they're not.
So watch here. I'm gonna pause it. He's dancing, and therefore he gets blocked by the guard.
Yep.
And there you have
it. 94 there to make the nope. We got 85 in front of 94 to make.
Right.
And Bear Truth 9, I agree with you. I think there is something there. He's talking about DJ Moore was kind of joking about Caleb telling him how he wants the routes run, and he's kind of a stickler, or he was making a joke out of it at the time, but sometimes behind those jokes are a little bit of truth. And I wonder if DJ's he's running routes and he's like, you're not even going to throw it to me, even if I'm open, I'm not even going to look back.
Right, he called off. He said Caleb's bossy.
Oh yes, bossy. Oh, he's probably trying to be Tom Brady day one, and everybody's like, "Chill, Rook."
Exactly.
And have you heard the reports that some players are actually wanting Caleb to sit and bring in Bajent?
Yep.
So, man, when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, I blame the coaches and the GM, man. They empowered Caleb. They gave him that power. They made him a captain as a rookie. I thought that was somewhat of a mistake, man.
Naming him the starter before you even take a snap.
Yeah, they kind of just gave him the whole key to Hallis Hall and said,
Yep.
You're the man now.
You're the starter. Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, really? We just met this guy,
Exactly.
And prior to meeting him, we didn't want Hollywood here, right?
Yep. And we just, turn over the keys to the city. Like, here you go. It's your house. Do what you want with it.
I wonder if that's more of a Poles drafted the guy, but Flus is letting it happen, right? And I wonder if guys are getting upset saying, hey, you didn't let him earn this. And we're still waiting for him to earn this.
Exactly. You have to prove yourself in the pros. What you did in college is in college. You have to prove yourself here in the NFL. Yeah. Earn that leadership. Earn our respect.
And I want to point out on this play, DJ Moore really fights in this play. So, there's still something there DJ is fighting for in these games. Mm-hmm. It's just, the contrast between him getting the ball and not getting the ball. It's so great right now that, there's got to be stuff going on in the background. There has to.
There is. There was a lot of emotion there.
Yeah.
I think my guesstimation, and that's all I can do is guess. My guesstimation is the fact that with Justin, he was getting the ball probably thrown his way about 10, 12 times a game. Now he's only getting the ball thrown to him most 6 times a game.
Right.
And he just wants the ball thrown to him more. And I think, like we said earlier, instead of Caleb throwing him the ball, seems like he's looking at Odunze and Allen a lot more than he is Moore.
Yep.
I don't know if that's because of the coordinator wanting them to get the ball, or is it because Caleb just not looking at it? I don't know what it is, but I did hear him say in the broadcast that they want Caleb to be more of the point guard to where he distributes the ball all around, and maybe that's what he's trying to do, is just distribute it all around, and therefore not focusing in so much on Moore, but he is focusing in on other guys. And Everett's not getting no looks at all.
And Kmet. And even though our offensive line has required Kmet to be more of a blocker, so that's why there is some subtraction of him in the passing game, still, there are plenty of plays that we watched last week where Kmet's open, and Caleb is still waiting for the deep play to get open, and it doesn't get open. He gets sacked, and Kmet's just like, what do you want me to do, bro?
Mm-hmm. And then you have to use that too, man. That Kmet chip sometime and let them go out on those routes.
Right.
Sneak them out sometimes.
And more designed open routes for Kmet.
For everyone.
I did like the fact at first that, we're giving Caleb, all this stuff to do on an offense, whereas Jaden Daniels is doing the things that now I hope we would be doing. Because it's just Caleb just isn't catching up to all these peer progression reads and split field reads. I think we need to get back to peer progression. We need to design guys open, design targets. I wanted to freeze frame this one here. Top of the drop, play action. Why is everybody only 5 yards downfield?
There's someone open though. Who was that at the 40? With their backs turned, though.
I'm guessing that's DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is
No.
up there by the 42-yard line, and Keenan Allen's down there at the 41-yard line.
Yeah.
This makes no sense, like you said, J2K, though. He's at the top of his drop, and no one is looking for the open enough to look for the ball.
Nope,
Right.
not at all.
Like, what is he supposed to do here?
Yeah, how is his footwork married to the routes? And I mean, it's just wild to me because both of these guys, Waldron and Caleb, should know better. This shouldn't be happening on any level, not even college, man.
Yeah.
High school shit.
And
toe tap.
now we got one person breaking open, and now he's already escaping for his life.
Right.
Got
And
one
DJ's
guy
still
breaking
not
open
even
at
looking.
the 44-yard line.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
DJ's
not really open.
DJ's still not even looking
No.
at the
Nope.
ball. And this is technically a flood concept, but look how far away, Keenan Allen is to this whole kind of a flood concept.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be pulling guys, high and low, and they're bracketed. They got single coverage on Keenan, and he's completely, getting covered. And then everybody else is bracketed, and DJ Moore isn't even looking back, and it's been 2 seconds since Caleb hit his plant foot.
Yeah.
Like now he looks back. He looks
Way
back at his
late.
quarterback getting sacked.
Way late. That was
Yeah.
way late. DJ, no, that was just poor on DJ right there.
Well, if you saw the body language on Everett on that one at the end of the play, he was just like, man. See how he's even going out on his route, man. I'm sorry. Can you go back to the other angle of not the end zone angle, but the one? Yes. Now watch Everett. Not on this. Not on this one. The one before.
It's next play.
This one.
Or-
Yeah.
Is it this one? Everett's in motion.
Everett's in motion. Blocks. What type of route is that?
Right.
What type of route is that?
What he's doing.
Literally walking backwards. Is he Michael Jackson out there doing a moonwalk? I mean, help me out.
He was obviously supposed to be the check down guy right there too, and he just tiptoes out, backs up. You're right.
Yeah, it's supposed to chip, get out to your route, and he just
Man.
everything's lazy, no urgency.
No urgency. No intention in what you're doing, man. Not doing anything with intent.
Bear Truth 9 is saying that too. Where the urgency from wide receivers when it's hot, be ready for the ball, and they're not.
Right.
Not.
And it doesn't
Everything's
even
laced.
look like there's hot routes even built into this.
Nah, they don't have hot routes.
Well, they looking
No.
like they quitting. That's what they doing. They
No
look like
one's
they're-
breaking hot. No
Right.
one's breaking hot. Yeah, they're quitting. You're right. They're quitting.
Yeah, they're just quitting.
Right.
They're watching the blitz happen and they're giving up. Like, oh, they're blitzing. We just stop here. Like right here, you see all these guys blitz. Somebody has to come across the middle. Like someone
Right.
has to break hot right there. You see, they're bringing everyone across the middle.
Right.
Someone hits the seam. Someone comes across the middle right there.
Right. And there's top of his route. Two guys back completely turned to Caleb. One guy's trying to cross over the middle, is getting jammed up. Everybody's bunched together.
It's ridiculous.
What are we doing?
And then you got Cole. Who was that at the bottom of the screen?
That's probably commit. Yeah.
Is that Cole?
Getting out there, but the reads are obviously to the left, right? 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Yep.
And then commit's probably, fourth read, or if it's an alert or something like that, which shoot, man, it should have been almost alert with all these blitzes coming in. But what are we doing with this, this play design? It blows my mind what this looks like.
Single high.
And then, now people are turning and getting open.
Well, hold on, fellas. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Let's look at the line. I mean, these guys are not even picking up the blocks right in front of them. I mean, I understand your point about, the guys in their routes, but we can't even get this thing blocked up correctly.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
They brought 6 right there, though.
But we got a running back and a tight end in, don't we?
You got your tight end chipping. Yeah.
Okay, so we got in the box here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so
Bring
pause.
6.
Now,
Yeah, bro.
so we got how many blockers we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
You're
we got
right.
7 blockers,
Add the-
7 blockers, and 6 coming.
oh my god.
And he still is getting pressure.
Right.
It's
It looks like
crazy.
Roshan jumped the wrong hole, or he didn't sit back long enough to see who was actually coming, because what threat is he targeting right now?
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
The
And
discipline.
we got Pryor being a spectator right now, talking about looking at it like, hey, Komet, you're doing a good job of letting that guy mug you there.
Right.
I mean, therein lies part of the problem. So then we got, is that my favorite
Bates?
Kramer there, who just ran right by him?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he got ran by. Bates has lost his one-on-one battle. Roshan is now blocking a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
No, that's how you draw it up, folks.
Oh, Green Bay.
It's terrible, man.
They
just don't work together.
And to this point, where he's at right here, so you got these guys breaking free, and no one is looking back towards the ball to catch the ball. Nope. I don't know who that is. Looked like they bent over at the 47-yard line, I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of route that he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
Is that DJ?
Yeah.
Below Keenan, yep, looks like DJ.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you doing? But nobody's looking or turned around, and he's already under pressure.
Running a whip, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran a whip. So he was in a squat crouch, but it's just too slow to develop, not mirrored up with the feet, with the drop back. So it's just doesn't make sense, man.
Ant-Man's asked the question, would you guys hire an ex-Bear as a head coach? Ron Rivera, Singletary, anybody like that? Me personally, I wouldn't. I think they're kind of out of touch and out of the game for too long.
Right.
Yeah, I like Rivera. If I did, I would go with Rivera. Definitely not Singletary, but
the only Bear connected player or person that I would consider hiring as a head coach now would be the former special teams coach,
Dave Toad.
Yeah,
Dave Toad. Yeah,
he'd be about the only one, because I think he's a leader, and not that Singletary or Rivera aren't. I'm just thinking that he probably can be, and he'll be enthusiastic enough because it's his first head coaching gig that he'll pay attention enough to detail.
There are some rumblings out there that old safety Chris Harris has actually become a really good coach. Not head coach material, but I've heard that he's getting up there in the coaching.
He hasn't made it to a defensive coordinator yet, though, has he?
No,
I don't think so.
He tried. He interviewed for our defensive coordinator position. I think he's coaching DBs in Tennessee right now.
Okay.
But yeah,
I would need to see that first, I guess. Bear Truth 9 says that he's starting his homework Monday on Vrabel.
Now, if we want to get into some coaching talk, one guy that I'm very interested in is Todd Monken, offensive coordinator at Baltimore. And I know he's a little bit older, but what he brings, one, is he's got Lamar Jackson playing at MVP level. Two is that Baltimore has been a pipeline for Georgia coaches. Mike McDonald just became the head coach over at Seattle. And so I see this pipeline of coaches coming through. And so with Monken, even if he's only here for 3 or 4 years or 4 or 5 years because he's getting up there in age, I just think that we create that pipeline through Chicago. And, you look at Pete Carroll. I mean, the guy was practically just a cheerleader on the sideline, right? Have a head coach that can bring in constantly good coaching and bring in Baltimore coaches, Georgia coaches that are up and coming. just start this at the top and have the right guy at the top bring in the right coaches. That's why I worry a little bit about Ben Johnson, because how many coaches is Detroit going to let him take with him?
Yeah, they're not going to let him take a lot, especially in division. I doubt they allow him to poach from their own school.
And not only that, is he a leader? Because that's what Flus. I mean, Flus can call a good defense, but is he a leader? I mean,
Right, exactly.
I don't know if Ben Johnson's a leader or not.
That's why I'm against trying to hire another first-year head coach, to be honest. I want someone who's done it before. That's why I'm considering Cliff Kingsbury. Like Cliff, he had his struggles in Arizona, but he also had some success, and he developed Kyler Murray, who's an NFL quarterback. We see him do the same thing right now with Jaden Daniels. That has to be the number one priority, is the development of Caleb Williams. And we know that he can do that. We know that he's a leader of men, but because he did lead that team down in Arizona, they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You find out what he's learned from his mistakes down there and see if he's ready to be a head coach again. But
yeah, and I think I think that if he had learned from his mistakes, he could be a very good head coach / offensive coordinator, because I thought that the NFL kind of figured him out, but his second stint now with Jaden Daniels, it's almost like he's figured the NFL out. Right.
I think the part that he's missing, and I could be way off here, but I think the part that he's missing, I don't know how much of a leader he is, because when I seen Kyler Murray up there fussing at him, that to me showed, I'm like, you letting your quarterback fuss at you like that, how much of a leader are you? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I just saw that on national TV, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to let
respect for him. They lost a little bit of respect for him. You guys have to respect you, and it just showed that they didn't respect him. And that was the problem. That's what I mean. Did he learn from that situation? Maybe he was just too nice of a guy, and not as demanding as he should have been. And you have to rule with an iron fist a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we don't want to, or you'll be ran over. These young players, man, have big personalities. It's just, and they all have platforms now with social media and podcasts and all this stuff. So
yeah, I agree with you. I just man, yeah, you got to deal with this new age. On that play that I had you pause, Caleb totally misses command. Just totally misses it.
Let's see.
Look at that. Just wide open and missing.
He's running for a first down there too. Just totally just getting his feet set, man. But he's supposed to be one of these players that doesn't need to set his feet. and be accurate. Like, that's the generational talent they were talking about, right?
Oh man,
don't get me started, Sammo. I'm trying to be good now. That wasn't even behind him, so yeah.
Yeah,
they ran 3 straight plays to Cole right here. I think this is going to be the third one for some reason.
Yeah, 3 of them, all the same one. Okay,
that's the same one. There should be one more. It's like, what are we doing now? Now it's all of a sudden, we forgot to throw it to Cole.
Man.
And that's
the third one.
Yeah. And he's, he's still covered, but a good, well-placed ball and commit equals completion.
Yep.
And we do run a lot of whip routes.
A lot of whip routes.
Man.
But if that's when you run it, though, like if it was a third down and short, that's a good play to call right there.
Right. Well,
guys get around commit.
Yeah. Someone had brought up, because Waldron really is running New England's offense, not necessarily McVay's offense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if you remember back in the day, New England just ran tons of whip routes with those little receivers.
Right.
They had
Welker
Edelman and
Edelman, yep.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of DJ Moore constantly getting these jet sweeps. Bruh, you tend to get hurt a lot like that. So I just
Right.
need you to catch the ball.
Rome's
Yeah,
pretty good at the jet sweeps. Big bodied guy, goes
Yeah.
upfield when he needs to.
But look
When
at
he
all these
should.
pass plays though.
Yeah.
And we're not even editing this. At least we don't even we're not even running the ball no more.
Right.
I mean, all these passes.
Yeah.
Panic mode. We came out of halftime and we started panicking. Like, oh,
Right.
we got to score some points. Let's get back in the shotgun.
Oh man. Pryor.
Yeah. Poor ball placement too. By
Yeah. Throw it a little earlier.
throw it
Or at least
earlier
a little.
and throw him open. Like lead
Right.
him to the middle a little bit, away from
Right.
that defender. The defender is sitting there.
I think Washington really wants Caleb there. Let's make a trade to Washington.
God, man, blood's in the water now.
Yeah, they're
I
teeing
want to see
off.
this. Yeah.
And guys just not getting out of their bricks.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing is married. Nothing's married to the top of the route, to the breaks.
Nope.
It's just, it's almost like you're running a scramble drill in every single play call.
Man.
All it.
Max protection right now. Yes.
Yep.
Max
Kramer's
protection.
beat to the inside.
And
Shelton's
Bowen already got beat.
Yeah,
Max
Shelton's still doing the duo blocks, just tunnel vision on helping out the guard.
Yep.
We got duo blocks on with Pryor and Komet because Pryor just got smoked.
Well, look at Bourne.
Bourne doesn't know what he wants to do. Instead of him dropping back, he's attacking this guy. He's about to run right by him.
Already lost leverage, getting our running back blockage, defensive end one-on-one.
This is just bad.
And it looks and who loses the battle, or who the guy who ends up sacking him is getting duoed by Pryor and Komet here.
Yep.
I think probably when Komet releases, Pryor isn't there to contain him. Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's pathetic.
It was all hands. Didn't drop the bucket. Didn't
move his feet for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't move his feet to get in front of the guy and get your hands on him. Like, you shouldn't be in the NFL if you can't make that block right there with the chip from the tight end and Cole Komet, man. Like, he made it easy for you.
Man.
Or attack the man after that.
Yep.
Bear Truth 9 says that you got to establish a run. You got to be patient with it. If not, then the defense get a free run to the QBs and the defense as well as Caleb. And Caleb knows it. So, yeah.
Yep. We got away from it the second half.
Who makes the play here? TJ Edwards. Who's hand fighting with the guard?
Man.
Edmonds.
5 yards down the field.
Right.
Held up. Didn't move yet.
He does that a lot.
Yeah.
He does that a lot. He'll wait before he moves, unfortunately.
Like, you're just sitting there reading the quarterback's eyes and not paying attention to what's going on around you.
Not moving. Like he got cement in his shoes or something.
Mm-hmm.
You literally just walked in that block.
Yep.
Had he stayed home, he could have fired up field in that gap and taken that guy down. 2-yard loss.
One time he did decide to step forward, right?
I'm telling you guys, I mean, let me let the audience know here that, again, They
Now,
will.
why did
They are a lot better than I will ever be. So me criticizing them, I'm not saying that I can do better, but I have seen other NFL players do better.
rewind that, man? Yeah. Why doesn't he shoot this gap right here? Tell me why doesn't he shoot behind? Shoot, shoot the
Right.
gap right now. You see him
Exactly,
handing the ball off. Shoot it.
man.
Blow him up. He could have blew this guy up in the backfield.
Yeah. And he's dancing laterally.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's
I don't
waiting
understand.
for the play to come to him. He's dancing laterally.
and allowing number 71 to block him.
Right.
Yeah, look, the guy's going to have a chance to come back around. The running back's going to come back around. Look, this is
And Pickens is getting completely ridden out of the play here. Back that up a little bit more here.
easy tackle
Number-
for a loss right there. If he
Number
just shoots the gap.
96 can't get his helmet on the right side,
Nope.
and then turns his shoulder. Now you're going lateral, bro. Now you're taking out the club.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. Evans is not playing well. Packers will expose them this week, man.
Yeah, I really worry about it. I mean, our offensive line is so banged up. We still got guys out on defense. We've got guys playing hurt on defense.
right.
We've got a brand new offensive coordinator. Yeah, I can't say that there's any optimism, to be honest. I think the only thing I can hope for is just that Thomas Brown shows a little something, a little glimmer of
Yeah.
light, just so that, Caleb has a chance to progress as a real quarterback in the NFL. And that's about it. I mean, hopefully we get to see these wide receivers hustle a little bit more or marry the drops with the routes.
You just want competence as a play caller too, man.
Yeah.
There's no rhythm.
He try to get in rhythm. Yeah. Show some rhythm. Show some commitment to the run. Like right here, why does he push this out? Continue to stretch this out when he had all that daylight. Like these type of plays kill me.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, Swift really does try to run around guys,
Like, dude, you have it. He had the. Like, dude, it's so frustrating to me.
This end zone view. Just where are you going? And if look, boom, just hit the hole. Look, you got guys on the.
Oh, Sammo, J2K, do you guys see where the hole has already happened? Right now, do you see where the hole is about ready to happen?
Right.
Over here?
Yeah. No. I mean, between what two players?
Looks like
You identify it?
71 and 79.
Thank you. 71 and 79. What does he do? Bounce it outside.
All right.
Where is he going?
And he's going to give leverage to whoever 79's
What
got.
is 79 doing?
And he just runs laterally.
See?
Some type of counter play that they were trying to run that just didn't look.
Press that hole. Jeez.
Yeah, run it up his back, man.
So
That's
again,
what I was always
one-on-one. Everybody's covered. He's throwing it. Looks like he's throwing this to Komet. And Komet was covered, but
Now, I'll be honest with you. If they keep on sending me on a go route and I'm never getting the ball thrown my way, I'll start running fast too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be like, wait a minute, I just keep running down the field and you ain't even throwing.
right. Well,
Yet
and
another
why are you
thing,
sending Keenan Allen deep? You got Odunze and you got DJ.
Exactly. Why is Keenan Allen the guy you're going to send deep?
Yeah.
Or half the game they've been sending DJ deep. That's the
Right.
problem. And not throwing him the ball.
Right.
Like I said, the only deep ball throw we threw was when we thought somebody jumped off sides. And that wasn't even all that deep. That was only 30 yards or so.
Absolutely. I don't know, guys. Like I said, it can only get better. Can't get any worse.
Can't get worse. Hold my beer.
Tell me that it can't get worse. Hopefully, we get these tackles back this game.
Okay. We got 3 guys guarding 1 guy on this play. 3 guys guarding 1 guy on this play. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this version of it.
Okay.
But,
if not, I'll go back.
Okay. Right there. Well, you really can't see. There's 3 guys guarding at the 50-yard line. See those 3 right there?
Oh, right.
Jeez. Come
Nice.
on, man. That don't make sense to me. That don't make sense. And then we got a one-on-one deep. Luckily, the guy didn't win the battle, but we got Byard with a one-on-one. But we got 3 guys guarding a tight end. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up.
They didn't capitalize on it.
Was that Sweat finally making a play there?
No,
No.
Robinson.
Oh, it's Robinson.
Yep, Robinson.
Yeah, he showed up a little bit.
Oh,
Dexter
didn't
didn't.
block. Didn't get blocked, really.
Yeah, that was
Dexter couldn't get off of his block. I mean, bruh, your pad level's still too high. I'm like, I get you're 6'6", but lean forward.
That's his problem, man. He doesn't know how to get those pads down and use those hands. He has such long arms, man. He doesn't use them. Like, dude,
man,
they can't get hands on you if you use those long arms, dude.
I'll sit up there, me and my grandsons, because I got 2 grandsons who play defensive line. And I got one who plays linebacker. The constant conversation is, you're complaining about them holding you. Use your arms and keep them off your body, sir.
Keep them off.
Use your arms, keep them off your body.
Man, that's a blessing to have long arms. You keep guys off. You knock them hands down when you see them come up, and you get your hands on them. There's nothing they can do.
Oh, at least that time Swift just ran forward.
Right.
That's one of the few times. Not a lot of dancing, but that didn't look like our blocks really held up. Yeah, no movement. Bates, no movement, no.
And we're too deep in our own territory not to get some movement going forward.
Right.
And
I can live with that, I guess.
Yeah.
you stretched that out and got something out.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Oh, who is that on the flop?
That would be Kramer, sir.
That was Kramer. Just can't get out there. Oh, I know that's not even a play, but Kramer just getting bullied.
Kramer is too light, man. I'm telling you. That's why I said I would go get Carter off that Carolina practice squad and say, hey, show me something, man. You know, I might bring you back next year. Because right now I need a guard.
Yep.
Because obviously we're not bringing back Nate Davis. He's going to be inactive for the rest of the year. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, that's not he pulled this week. They should cut him immediately.
Right. Well, I wonder if they owe him more money if they cut him in season this year.
I think they will.
They do at the end of the season.
Okay. Because he quit on this guys. Like, what happened here, man? That I see. All right, that's the running back.
Yeah. Run this back. Because I think they got 7 in the box.
Let me see. Go back to that. See Roshan. I mean, Borum has to take the.
So you got
the inside.
You got possibly. Pause. on that lineup, because of the way Cometta's lined up, you knew what's that 15 wasn't coming. So you ought to know you should have shifted your line to your left as far as your blocking scheme.
Yep.
You should
Had
have
to go to the
shifted
left.
your line. They seem like they shifted it to the right to where is it Bates didn't have nobody to block initially.
Yep.
Then whatchamacallit, Kramer went to his left, which leaves 48 wide open. Him and Borum then double team somebody to where now you got 93, 33. He's actually not being blocked right now, and 24 is not being blocked right now. So now you have Roshan Johnson having to take the linebacker, and
Yep.
24 is left wide open.
Yep.
With whatchamacallit having again a double team block of Shelton and
Bates.
Bates.
Yeah.
They
had no
they're not
chance.
communicating. That's what it comes down to. You're not communicating how you want to block this.
Okay, but who calls? This is again another one of those times where I'm saying who's calling the mic and shifting the line to decide, we should be going to the left at this point in time, not to the right.
So is it Caleb who's missing this, or is it the center who's missing this?
I don't know who's calling the line
We
plays.
don't know who's calling the mic. We don't know
Yeah.
who's calling it.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the whole argument? You don't marry a rookie quarterback with a rookie center. Well,
Right.
we got a veteran center who should know better. So, I mean, I would think logically that the center would have that responsibility because you have a rookie quarterback. But I don't know. I don't know.
Think back to a few games ago, though, when Caleb was calling out the mic, and then it was Shelton screaming, "I got fucking fired! Fired right here, man!" Let them know, like, dude, that's not what I'm seeing right now. He was like, "All right, you got fired. Wait a minute."
So are they just
calling it wrong?
They're just leaving Caleb to the wolves and saying, "Hey, Caleb, you're going to make the play calls behind a veteran center." So why didn't we draft a center if we're just going to make give Caleb the keys to Hallis Hall?
That's my point. That's my problem with Shane Waldron. Like, you're not developing your quarterback just because he can do everything doesn't mean he should be doing everything.
Right.
That's why he's overwhelmed out there, man. He has to go make the call in the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, point out the mic, then make the checks, and then re-identify the mic, because that's what's happening. So I think they're showing one thing, and then once he gets into his cadence, then they shift, and he just doesn't do it. He tries to change the play and gets into the wrong play. I think they figured Caleb out. Like, I think the NFL just recognized, like, they putting too much on this kid. We're going to fool him. It's like he's a rookie, and they're treating him like he's freaking Peyton Manning out there. So we'll fool him.
And can you imagine what Flores is going to do? Goodness gracious. I dread that day.
Man,
I wish he wasn't such a jerk, because he is such a good defensive coordinator. I would love him as a head coach if it wasn't for the rumors,
Yeah,
I would too. That's another one I would really love to have, but everything they say about him, and him still in the NFL right now, he gets another opportunity to be a head coach.
Yeah. I tell you what, if Green Bay lose their mind and let LaFleur go, as soon as they say bye to him, he walk out that building, you better be sitting in a limousine to pick him up.
Well, maybe Kyle Shanahan gets fired, man. Him and John Gruden, they haven't done anything, man. Maybe they're getting tired of them up there. That's what I'm hoping for. I'll take Kyle Shanahan
in a heartbeat. Oh, Hector, thank you very much, Hector. He got a super chat by Hector L. Zambrano. Thomas Brown has extensive experience as a running backs coach. Expect the Bears to run it down the Packers' throats. I hope so, man. That's what we were saying earlier. I really do hope that he brings that to us. So thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, Hector. Yeah, he's the guy he's fired up, and he gets his players fired up. He's the opposite of what Waldron is. And I expect a heavy run game, and hopefully Swift is just going to hit that hole, because Thomas Brown is going to let him dance around, and maybe we see a little more of Roshan pounding it up the middle as well.
Yes.
Good call, Hector.
Yes, good point.
Absolutely. Get that running game going, man. It opens everything up for the passing game. So I'm hoping that's what happens. Control the game a little bit better.
Yeah, broke containment on that one. Who's that?
Yeah. Look at the body language. Look at the body language. The body language look like I'm defeated.
Yeah.
Defeated.
Dexter.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, defeated.
They're
This looks
defeated
like
at
it's
this
Walker's
point.
responsibility. Oh, spin move to. Oh, he went upfield.
Spin move upfield, though, Walker. Come on, dog.
That ain't your game, Walker.
Come on, dog.
You're not Dwight Freeney. Stop doing that.
Man. Yeah, I'd take that $17.5 million back from Edmonds there. Bro, I don't know what you're doing, sir. I just don't know.
Yep. Just running into blocks.
telling you.
When he comes downhill or he's standing back and get blocked. One or the other.
Antman says, do you think it's a good idea to hire anyone under any coaching tree? From what I've seen, you stay away from coaching trees now. I don't know. I mean, because underneath Shanahan's coaching tree, you got McDonald down there in Miami's doing well. Guy up there in Minnesota's doing well. LaFleur is doing well. I mean, even the guy at the Rams. That's 5 good coaches right there under that same tree. So I can't say I wouldn't do that, sir.
And Zach Taylor is a branch from that tree too, right? From the guy in
Yes.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, so you just got to find the right one. Because obviously Shane wasn't the right one for us here, neither was Getsy.
Yeah, and they got Leon Cohen is doing really well.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, in Atlanta. Zach Robinson is I forget where he's at, but he's doing pretty well. He's also, I think, a McVay guy. I think there was one other guy who was a McVay guy doing pretty well. Clint Kubiak kind of dropped off recently, but I know that, I think 3 of the 5 offensive coordinators that we went and looked at, I think we looked at 9, but 3 out of the 5 I'm thinking of right now are all doing very well with their teams. He's Zach Robinson's with Baker Mayfield in Tampa, I think.
Okay.
Yep. What was Tremaine doing on that last play, man?
Yeah, I'll say that. I mean, Amos said, he brings up Josh McDaniel, Matt Nagy, Shane Waldron. Matt Nagy's doing a better job in Kansas City this year. But I think that, for one, Bears is going to ever hire a coordinator of some sort. They don't like hiring former head coaches because they don't want to pay that money. So they get a guy's first time coaching job, you can get him for a little bit less. That's just the Bears way. I don't know. I just think that you just got to find the right one though. Gruden. I mean, I wouldn't even mind having Gruden as an advisor. I mean, you may be not ready to hand him the reins, but give him as an advisor because we need some help for the rest of this year.
The hiring process has to be better, man. I think that's where we're failing, man. I don't think Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, they're not doing their due diligence because we're hearing from players and coaches and around the NFL that the last 2 offensive coordinators weren't very good at what they were doing in their current positions, in their last positions. You knew that Luke Getsy didn't call plays in Green Bay. He didn't really run an offense, and his players didn't like him very much. Same thing with Shane Waldron. Like, why doesn't Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus know this before they hire this guy? Then you hear a story like, this is where I know they don't do their due diligence, man. And you hear the stories when Ryan Poles was interviewed before the Washington game, and they asked him a simple question about, what did you learn about Caleb Williams from Cliff Kingsbury when you interviewed him for the offensive coordinator position? He says, well, we didn't talk about Caleb Williams. That's not doing your due. What do you mean you didn't talk about Caleb Williams? You have a great opportunity to talk to a former head coach from the NFL, a guy who understands what it is to bring in a rookie quarterback into the NFL, and you don't learn about the quarterback who you've already decided that you're going to draft, and not to mention the fact that he was there with this guy the entire last season at USC. Like what questions are you asking him then? What questions are you asking? Because and then you think about Shane Waldron. Like Shane Waldron gave you a development plan for Caleb Williams, and he said that we're going to give him everything to do. We're going to just have him make the checks, do all the calls and all of this, and you were okay with that? Like,
right.
Come on, man. It's like, what does our interview process look like? We got to reevaluate that and how we're evaluating these coaches, and then we'll get better. We need to learn how to interview coaches. That's what it seems like, because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know the right questions to ask, and it's probably just because I think Poles is a really nice guy, and he likes really nice people, and he values relationships and character from these guys, and but you got to look at the production first, I think, and then look at that character and all of that stuff. Like the production has to be there first, and then you say, all right, is this a guy I can build a good relationship with? Does he have the character that we want to have in this building? But if you don't have the production, then there's nothing to talk about. Because
I agree with you for the most part, Sammo. I just think that, and I hate to be that guy, but you know me, he abandoned that philosophy when it came to JF1, because again, he showed improvement.
Yep.
He had the leadership qualities, he had the hard work ability, all those things. Teammates liked him. You had something good, because I'm reminded of Detroit. In Detroit, they had Goff, and a lot of people was talking about, oh, he's just a bridge quarterback, and they're gonna pick somebody else eventually, but they stuck with him. And what has he done? Steadily gotten better and better to where now he's in the conversation for MVP. I'm not saying Fields would have been in the conversation for MVP this year, but maybe in about 3 years, if you would have kept on going, while also still building the rest of the team. And that's by doing this move he didn't build the rest of the team. And that's why I wonder, do some of these players have resentment saying, hey, we was, the last part of last year, those last 6 or 7 games, we was on the right track. And he derailed this, brought in this guy and brought in this new coach, and now look at us. I'm wondering, is that where what we're seeing now, like, you know what? Yeah, we're no longer buying into what you're saying.
I think, DJ Moore came out and said, when they asked him what's the difference, he said, well, Caleb's a rookie, between Justin Fields and him. And, when they asked him, before Fields was traded, he's like, oh, that's my guy. Right. So I do wonder if DJ, kind of did the eye roll when they traded Justin and they brought in Caleb, and he's like, all right, so you're going to be my quarterback. And he's like, yeah, I need you to run routes, just like this or just like that. And he's like, all right, rookie. Okay. You're being bossy.
Yeah. On this play in particular, I wanted to point this one out because they actually only sent, I think, about 4 guys, maybe 5. And we got 6 guys blocking again. And literally, the blockers just like gave up or something, because I don't know what they're doing, setting up a screen or something, maybe. And it got red, but it's like, whoa. Now that I think about it, there was supposed to be a screen. Okay.
Yeah.
He one ready, so he blocked off Moore from getting the ball. Okay. I was wondering why he got sacked like that, because I'm like, man, they just gave
71 let his man get upfield too fast. You got to get a hand on him, man. Still. It's a screen. That doesn't mean you just let the guy get a hand on him and let him go. Touch him and let him go.
Yeah, look at Kramer. Just swaps the hands done to down does nothing to disrupt the guy's upfield momentum at
Nothing.
all.
Even Borum doesn't even push this guy out the way.
Right.
This
Kills
guy
the
stops
timing.
the play because of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
That's what it was.
91 just reads it. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you let me go, and there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
And it would have been a good play too. Had DJ been able to get the ball.
But that goes back to what Sammo was saying earlier. Details matter, and that's the detail that they didn't pay attention to. Let's block this, at least attempt a block on this guy before we let him go. No, they just run up the field and don't even try to block the guy.
Don't even
Gotta
sell
give
it.
him a count. 1,000 before you go. 1,000 two, then let him go. You have to look like you're blocking before you let the guy go, you know.
Yep. And we've been harping on this all night, but look, Caleb Williams, top of his route.
And nobody's open.
Quarterback.
Nobody's even coming out of the break.
Right.
And all backs are turned. It's like,
Yeah.
what does he do here?
They're clumped up. Backs are turned. Caleb stutter steps up. Finally gets an open guy. Hits it. You know.
This is terrible.
And again, no pass over 15 yards.
Right.
I mean, here we are down by how many points at this point in time in the game, and we
Right.
still throwing these little outs and hooks and all these other little things instead of throwing a deep ball. At this point, I expect Green Bay to have 9 in the box.
Just about to say, here's that sprint.
Yeah, that sprint that
Right.
gets you nothing.
Sprint can't do nothing to the short. No, this is to the wide side, but
And they get you nothing.
Right. But look, man.
I'm like, what are they trying to do here? Like, everyone's just rounds to the sideline. Like, what do they think was going to happen here?
Odunze's completely out of the play here. They've got two guys in this flood concept that are basically right next to each other. I mean, I'm not sure who that is at the bottom of the screen, but I mean, Caleb's already run, 40 yards laterally, and this guy's still not even turned around.
No.
What even is that? Is that Keenan? Yeah, that's Keenan.
Yeah.
Keenan, and he's running so slow.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't even try to get downfield.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to marry the players to where they are in their career. Keenan shouldn't be running all these go routes.
Nah, he's an underneath guy, man.
Yeah, put him in the slot. He's been a slot his whole life. Why are we running him deep? Run Odunze, run the young guy. Give DJ Moore the middle deep stuff. Oh, that's off. That pass was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It seems so easy looking at it from our view. Just why is it so hard for them?
Man, at this point, Keenan Allen doesn't deserve to be a starter, man. Start the rookie on the edge, like you said, and put Keenan Allen in when we go with 3 wide receivers, and he's a slot guy. Because he's not giving you any effort on the edge.
I've heard somebody say that they want DJ to no longer be the number one guy, but they want Odunze to be the number one guy. I think that's crazy, but yeah, you just got to find a way to get DJ the ball more. I'm sorry, you just got to give him the ball because DJ is too much of a player for me not to get him involved. I ain't saying throwing the ball 12 times a game like Justin was doing last year, but give him the ball because that guy's a player. I mean, if he didn't prove nothing else last year, he proved that. What's up, Raging Oracle? Glad you can join us, man.
You get that guy the ball 12 times, man. He's breaking one, or he's breaking a couple of them for over 20 yards. So it's not a bad idea. Like, we have to scheme him open. Like, scheme plays for these guys. Scheme plays for DJ. Scheme plays for Cole Kmet. Scheme plays for Keenan Allen on third downs and stuff.
Thank you.
Scheme those deep passes to Rome. Like, man, the 50-50 balls. Like, we brought him here. That's what we brought him here for. Because he was a big, deep threat 50-50 ball guy, and we haven't done it at all this year. Maybe once or twice.
And that's a great point. The fact that you sit up there, you look at Keenan, and you go, you know what, Keenan, you can be my third down guy. Come third down, I'm looking at you first. But DJ, because you are such a playmaker, I'm going to make sure at least twice a quarter, I'm going to look for you. I'm going to scheme up a play twice a quarter to where you can be that guy. But you got to consciously do this, and it's like
Yep.
I don't know what they be doing. I don't know what Waldron was doing. I can't blame Caleb for that. I think it's more Waldron.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. And then when you do scheme these guys up, if they get bracketed or double covered because you've been scheming them up, you should have someone else getting open.
Exactly.
That's the beauty in having all these weapons, right?
Right.
That's the beauty in having all these weapons. So you have that second. You design it to have that second option. Hey, if they double them right here, if they figure it out, you got this guy coming right underneath, right behind him. Because the offensive line is bad, but it's partly Caleb too. Caleb is a part of the problem, and this game is just bad. I mean,
Right.
like we said, we've seen him hit his back foot, and no one's looking.
It's the trifecta. Like scheme's bad, Caleb's a rookie, offensive line's a mess.
Yeah. Route concepts are ridiculous. We got three guys running to the same spot. This is like, what are we doing?
And I thought earlier in the season when Caleb was getting, passing for over 200 yards, we were doing all these things. And then it's just they just threw all of that out. Like they just didn't have enough plays in the playbook. And they're like, oh, well, we called all those plays. So let's just run mesh, 20 times a game. Or, some kind of flood concept that doesn't work because everybody's clumped up in a puddle. It's just
Constantly.
Right. They don't know how to work out the details.
Raging Oracle says it's a get to play.
And that's what I was just gonna say. Isn't that what Flu said? The issue was being adaptable. Making changes. It looks like all Waldron ended up doing was he just kept tearing pages out of the playbook, and ends up with this super obvious theme that now defenses are like, well, this is all you're running. All right, this is easy to cover.
Yep.
We're going to play man coverage on you the entire game with a single high safety, and you won't beat us. You can't run on us because we got the box filled up. Can't pass on us because we're blitzing the quarterback.
Yep. Yeah, the irony in that, man, everyone was saying, oh, Jaden Daniels is running the college-style offense with Cliff Kingsbury. People are going to figure it out right away soon. Here we are, week 10. People still haven't figured them out yet. And it took 3 weeks for teams to figure us out, though.
Right.
All of 3 weeks. We came out of the bye and we just went flat after 3 games of success.
We got to take a closer look at this one there. We can do it from the end zone because he just got smacked. Caleb, that is.
Well, that play did look similar to an earlier play that we ran, but the guy ran a go route instead of a post route.
5 in the box, and Borum got beat like a stepchild.
Oh, yep. Caleb, you're just sitting there picking daisies.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point this out. So we ran a similar play earlier, but so there's the deep out route, and then the guy was right on the 4 at the 40 there. The previous time he actually, cut back in like a post route. Instead, he keeps going. So I think they saw something on film, readjusted his play, was like, this is a home run hitter ball because he's got leverage. He's actually got his guy beat right here.
Yep.
But
even you leaving,
yeah. But what happens? Caleb's is already sacked.
Yeah.
Dang. Yep. He was open.
So even when our wide receivers are winning, they look back for the ball, and the ball's in the hand of the quarterback on the ground.
Exactly.
And that's just
Patrick.
one-on-one ball, man. You got to be able to hold up for a little while
Right.
at least, especially if you got we got a tight end over here holding 99 up.
And if you look at that play, he starts to try to down block with Kramer, and it's like, bro, you got your own man to worry about, and you act like you don't see him coming.
Missed the assignment. He didn't understand. I don't know, man.
Dang,
This is when it just starts getting bad. It's just sack after sack. It's the end of the game. When we just leave Caleb in there to get beat up, which I also don't understand. So it's okay for him to get beat up in a game that we have no chance of coming back in, but it's not okay for him to get beat up in the preseason.
Yeah, can't play him in preseason. Get some type of chemistry going, some type of rhythm going.
Like, make it make sense to me.
Okay.
Like,
we got Patrick saying Waldron had no idea how to use JSN last year in Seattle. Laughing my butt off. Not shocking.
Right. JSN tried to warn us.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And I thought about that just the other day too. I was like, JSN did try to warn us. I literally thought about that too. I was like, yeah, I gotta admit he did try to warn us. Because I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like I told you guys, I was one to want Waldron because of what Geno Smith was able to do. And now looking back, it's like I'm not liking the fact that he didn't run the ball enough, even when the games were closer. I mean, I get, when you're really down, you got to throw it. But parts of this game, he just abandoned the run too soon. And that you can't win like that. Not with a rookie quarterback. You're putting too much on Caleb's plate.
Yeah. I count on one hand the number of times we ran the ball in the second half of this game.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, man. Again, man, like we were all excited when we got Shane Waldron because of, like you said, Geno Smith. We've seen him. We saw what his career was before he got to Seattle, and he did look good. So we don't know. What's funny to me is that, well, how were they having that success if he was this bad? That's what I don't understand. Like, what was happening? Like, who was filling in the gaps? Like, how did it work there? Because they were winning games, they were making it to the playoffs. Geno was throwing for 4,000 yards. Like, so what was happening there that we couldn't mirror here, even still? So, and that goes back to due diligence, man. Like, man, Ryan Poles, he's supposed to knew like this wasn't going to work out, or he wasn't the reason for the success in Seattle. Like, of course, we look at game film and we think that, we attribute all the success to him.
Right.
He's calling it up. He's scheming it up. He's protected with these tight ends, 3 tight ends in the backfield. We thinking it's creative. But little do we know.
Yeah.
And remember, Waldron was one of the leaders, I think top 3 for 2 years in a row, running 12 personnel as, the most in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then he comes to Chicago with a rookie quarterback, and now he's in 11 personnel, like 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Why did Waldron go against what actually worked in Seattle? Even if in the backgrounds they're like, he's not that good. Well, even still, you run 12 personnel with us. We've got the tight ends. We've got the running backs. We got, I think that Swift actually was a huge Waldron signing because I think that was the type of running back that he wanted. He didn't want a Herbert, right?
Right.
He wanted a pass catching running back that he could, get out in space and all this kind of stuff. And it just boggles my mind because I was excited for Waldron just because he had experience.
Right.
He did this for several years, and not only did he have experience, but he had success. And so it's just wild how quickly he fell off and how quickly he went away from what worked for him so much in Seattle. It's just bizarre.
Totally agree. I think part of the thing also, if you think about it, I think the fact that triple-headed wide receiver group we got is so enticing that they feel the need that they just got to put them out there. So that causes him to go away from that 12 personnel and want to get in the 11 personnel because of those three guys by themselves.
Yep. Yep. You got the horses you think you got to use, bring them out the stable all the time. Leave them in. Like, man, we got Mercedes Lewis too. We have a ailing offensive line. I haven't seen enough of Mercedes Lewis this year, man. Like, why did we bring him back if we're not going to use him as a blocker, extra blocker?
Oh, they've been using him out there. I've been seeing him out there, but like I said, on that one call, he was, he's tripping. Where I mean, they didn't call it, but he's out there.
You're right. He did trip the guy that time. That was the last play I remember seeing him in there.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, they've been having him out there. It's just that, again, when they know that's all you want to do is block, I can sit up there and wait, I can do something different. Whereas you got Komet, he may block, he may not. So I don't know how to exactly play him yet. With Mercedes, man, I think he has one target so far this year. So yeah, he's blocking when he's out there.
Well, yeah, and you look at Everett is getting more snaps than Lewis is, right?
Yes.
And they've got Everett sitting back blocking, quite a few times. He's not just this, wide tight end at all. And at this point, if you're going to go max protect, the defense knows it. So, why not have Lewis at the end of the line? It's obvious we're max protecting. It's not a mystery. So, stick him out there and have Komet, get into his routes more and, give Komet the check down, let him break a tackle or just fall forward for another 3 yards. Keep it simple. And then, have Keenan Allen running more short area routes, have Odunze and more attacking more deep field and marry the drops to the routes. I mean, it's just, man, to watch the difference of Waldron in Chicago versus Waldron in Seattle, it just seems like a different person. Like he completely lost his mind, lost his playbook, and he's like overloading Caleb with way too much stuff that's just pure garbage.
Right. And I think that maybe the difference is Pete. Maybe I see Raging Oracle say it was Pete. Yeah. Maybe the difference is maybe Pete Carroll made him harp on those details at least, and made the team harp on those details.
And that's
Pete
what
Carroll was more of a demonstrative coach. Yeah.
I mean, and that's part of what I think we're missing is the fact that, being a leader, Eberflus, you have to make that call. You got to say, hey, man, reel it in. Let's run the ball a little bit more. I mean, you got to do those things. And Eberflus is showing reasons why he shouldn't be here next year. But last year, he showed reasons why he shouldn't be here. But the scapegoat was Getsy. JF1, those was the scapegoats. This year it's Waldron. So he's always getting these scapegoats to where he's trying to show, hey, it ain't me, it ain't me, it's this guy over here. It's no, bro, it's you. It's you.
Got Alan Williams out of here too last year to save his job. I'm just like, man, this guy's ducking and dodging bullets right now.
I'm telling you.
I saw a stat that
Go ahead, J2K.
I saw a stat that said that in the last 2 years, which, this year is not even over, 14 coaches have been fired or resigned under Flus.
Yep. Yeah, I saw
coaches,
that too.
That's almost like an entire staff.
Right. Yep. And he's still here.
All right.
He reminds me of Nagy saying, we're trying to figure out the whys. So you fired all these people, getting rid of all these people, and you're still trying to figure out the whys, and the why is you, sir. Be a leader. Be a leader. Take accountability for yourself, and not no made-up accountability to where when you said in the halftime of the game, oh, that's on me. No, bro. Be a leader for the whole game. Right. I mean, that's one thing I like about Washington. It seems like he's more of a leader than what Flus is, the offensive coordinator. Defense coordinator.
Yeah.
So I don't know I don't know much about this Thomas Brown at all. I hope you're right, J2K, and that he's fiery, get guys motivated, and hopefully that can show us something. That's what I'm hoping for. But with that being said, how about some final remarks? Starting with Sammo.
Man, this was good, man. This was fun. Hey, we saw a lot of bad on tape. We had a lot of promise too, though, man. I think we saw a lot of promise. We saw some areas where we can definitely get better. Starting with mirroring the route concepts with the footwork and the dropbacks. That'll make a lot of sense, like J2K keeps pointing out. And run the ball, baby. Run the ball. Like I said, it can't get much worse. Like I said, I just want to see a competitive game and some competence from the offense this week.
There you go. What you got, J2K?
Well, tonight was, some rough film to go through. But I think it was good to compare and contrast to what we're going to see next week and the week after and see what kind of a difference the Thomas Brown can bring to this offense. Can he bring a spark? Can he, do all the things that we harped upon? So we saw the ugly, we saw the bad, we hope it can't get worse.
Right.
But, come back next week, Tuesday night, join us again. We're going to break down the film again. I'm going to keep to these sticking points because it's important and it matters. And to everybody in the chat who joined us tonight, you guys are awesome. Always appreciate you guys. Always have great insight, great questions. PJ, Sammo, awesome as usual, hanging out with you guys and talking. You guys are wonderful to talk football with. You're so knowledgeable, so detailed. It's always a pleasure, and it's definitely an evening I look forward to every night, every week to join and just talk football with you guys. So appreciate it all around. And shout out to Shorty. I know he's taking care of some stuff. And thank you for offering this platform for, myself and everybody else to just go through what we're going through with this team. And, I wish it was better. I wish we were in a better spot. But, it's football. This is what happens in life. It's not always easy. And, at least I get to enjoy it with you guys and talk football and try to get a little more of a positive spin on what we're going through. So I do appreciate everybody out there.
Yeah, I know that Shorty, he might be here next week. I'm not for sure. Because him and we talked briefly earlier, but I was in the middle of cooking some fish and spaghetti, so I couldn't talk to him. But so he might be next week. So Sammo, I really want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. J2K, thank you for this concept and this whole idea of doing this. Again, yeah, we will be doing it. Who will exactly be here next week? Probably be all four of us, three of us. I don't know. But we will be doing it again next week. We're going to break down some of the game. We don't break down the whole game because it'll be drawn out like that one guy, Robert Schwartz or somebody, I think, is on YouTube, has these 7-hour videos of breaking down. We're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah, you guys can see some of the situations that the players are going through and the things that's happening out there. Hopefully to change, but we'll find out next week when we review the tape again next Monday or Tuesday. So until then, well, we'll be here. The regular crew will be here on Thursday, 8 o'clock Central for BCP. And I believe the thumbnail is what to expect out of Thomas Brown being the new offensive or the new play caller. So tune in, join us then, guys. And until then, bear down.
Bear down, you guys.